Hey guys, Corey here with MissildineOnline, bringing you some videos from the Mist of Pandaria, the new beta for the new expansion coming out for the World of Warcraft, Mist of Pandaria. Right now, I'm going to show you the talent system, of course, from a rogue's point of view talent system. It doesn't matter what type of rogue you are because they all have the same talents. That's the big new change. They all have the same talents. Now, the reason I'm doing Rogue first is because I'm doing it for our friend, so that he can see the talent system right away. He's dumb and was unable to get into beta. What a loser. Anyways, quick little thing. This is the starting area over in Pandaria, level 85, so obviously I can't actually use any of the level 90 talents, as you will see. Alright, let's stop talking and get right into it. Cool. Now, specializations are a little bit different now. When you pick a specialization, you get all of your attacks that you will use. Combat rogues get Blade Fury. Does, as far as I know, the exact same thing that it does in live. While active, your attack strike an additional nearby opponent, but energy regeneration is reduced by 30%. Combat Potency, which is passive, gives your successful offhand melee attacks and main gauge attacks a chance to generate 15 energy. Slower offhand weapons have a proportionally higher chance to trigger combat potencies. Same stuff. Killing Spree does the exact same thing. Revealing Strike. Assassinations get, of course, Mutilate, Venomous Wounds, and Vendetta. Subtlety gets Backstab, Find Weakness, Hemorrhage, and Shadow Dance. Alright, on to the talents themselves. So it's broken down, basically the talent system for Mist of Pandaria for every single class except for DKs. They're a little bit different. Level 15, level 30, level 45, level 60, level 75, level 90. I'm not going to talk about my problems with that. I'll talk about that later on. Level 15 is like it gives you basically like stealth type of things going on here. Shadow Focus abilities no longer cost energy when you are stealthed, which I assume is like whatever. Subterfuge, your stealth breaks 3 seconds after dealing or receiving hostile actions, rather than doing so immediately. That's pretty cool. 3 seconds? 3 seconds gives you a lot of time to do a lot of different things. Night Stalker increases your speed while stealth by 20%. I like that too. That's pretty cool. As a rogue, you should be stealthed a majority of the time. And being able to get to the mobs before any of the other DPS means that you get a DPS increase. Just saying, just throwing that out there. But I would assume Subterfuge would be pretty good for PvP. I would assume. I don't know how good Night Stalker would be in arenas or anything like that. You don't really have to move too quickly. Deadly Throw at level 30. This is like your different stuff that you get. Nerve Strike is passive. A successful kidney shot or cheap shot also reduces the damage dealt by the target by 50% for 6 seconds. That's pretty cool. Just to kind of, as like a, help the raid, kind of help them up a little bit. Or even in PvE, you got a rep, or PvP, I mean. You have a Ret Pally that's doing some damage, or Arms Warrior that's messing your face up. You can give him a kidney shot or cheap shot, and he won't be doing too much damage for 6 seconds, which kind of helps you and your partner. Maybe your partner has to get a heal off or something. Combat Readiness. Enter into a state of heightened awareness, deflecting enemy weapon strikes with increasing effectiveness. Successful attacks will deal 10% less damage per application, stacking 5 times. Pretty cool. 2-minute cooldown. It's a little bit of a long cooldown, but I think for that anyways. But Deadly Throw, instant cast finishing move that reduces the movement speed of the target by 50% by 6 seconds. If performed with 5 combo points, also interrupts spell casting and prevents any spell in that school from being cast for 6 seconds. Personally, I think that Deadly Throw is a PvP ability. I don't really see it being used in PvE, but we'll see. I mean, of course, this is early beta, and as a disclaimer, everything could change. Everything can change. Doesn't mean everything will change, but it can. They can do that. At level 45, you get some cool little passive abilities, except for leeching poison, which is pretty cool. I believe that it's still, it's still kind of passive. It's a poison. So, Cheat Death. An attack that would otherwise be fatal will instead reduce you to no lower than 10% of your maximum health, and damage taken will be reduced by 80%. This cannot occur more than once per 90 seconds. That's pretty cool. Every 90 seconds, basically, if you're getting hit pretty hard. I mean, that's cool. That's a cool little, it's selective, though. It's selective. You shouldn't be taking too much damage, and if you are taking too much damage, especially in a PvE environment, you have Vanish most of the time that you can just pop up. So I don't know how good Cheat Death would be, but I don't really play a rogue, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm just giving you guys a quick little overview of what things do. Elusiveness, your feint ability also reduces all damage taken by 30% for 5 seconds. I like that. I like that. Every time you use feint, cool. Flat damage reductions. Boring, though. I think that's boring. A level 45 talent. Maybe that should be a little bit earlier. I don't know. It's boring. And last but not least, leeching poison. Coat your weapons with a non-lethal poison that lasts for 1 hour. Your melee attacks have a 50% chance to poison the target, and all your subsequent weapon strikes against the poison target will heal you for 10% of damage dealt. Shiv effect instantly restores 5% of the rogue's damage health. That's awesome. For me, I was like, yeah, I want that. I want that on my rogue. Because that's cool. Being able to heal yourself, oh my god. You know what it feels like? Leeching poison makes it kind of feel like a blood decay, kind of. Death strike, anyone? I know it's it's a little bit different, but the overall idea of a DPS being able to heal himself at a whim, love it. Especially so easily. All you're doing is attacking. You're not doing anything extra, you know? So, I like it. I like it a lot. Level 60 talents, Preparation, is a 5-minute cooldown. But when activated, it immediately finishes the cooldown on your Sprint, Vanish, Cloak of Shadow, Evasion, and Dismantle abilities. I like that, especially if you just vanished and you need to vanish again because of, a shitty take or terrible heals who's not healing you. I like that. 5-minute cooldown, though, that's a little big. I'd like to see something done about that. Jeez, 5 minutes is a huge time. Huge time. But I don't know. It'd be nice to have access to Sprint a little bit more than that. Jeez, what is Sprint's cooldown? I don't know, it's weird. Shadow Step. Step through the shadows and appear behind a target. Movement speed is increased by 70% for 2 seconds afterwards. If I'm not mistaken, this used to be a subtlety-only talent. Now anybody can have Shadow Step. I don't know why I put it in Preparation. Shadow Step sounds awesome. Step through the shadows and appear behind a target. Burst of Speed, and it's on a 24-second cooldown. What? 24 seconds? That's a really weird... We'll roll with it. Burst of Speed increases movement speed by 70% for 4 seconds. If you are afflicted by any movement impairing effects, activating this ability will instead remove any such effects and grant immunity for the reapplication for 4 seconds. Not bad. Boring, though. It's basically like a sprint. Kind of boring. I personally don't... There's no cooldown, however, but it takes 60 energy. 60 energy, what do I have at 85? 100? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I don't... Shadow Step sounds a lot better than this, to be honest with you. It's just me. Let's move on to level 75 talents, second to the bottom. 90 talents are going to be awesome, let's hope. Deadly Brew, passive. Whenever you apply one of your non-lethal poisons to a target, you also apply crippling poison. You know, that's great, because with Deadly Brew, leeching poison and Deadly Brew, you got a nice little combo going on there. Paralytic Poison. Coats your weapons with a non-lethal poison that lasts for 1 hour. Each strike has a 20% chance of poisoning the enemy for 15 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times on a single target, and upon 5th application, the enemy will be stunned for 4 seconds. Shiv effect causes instant paralysis of an enemy's lower body, rooting them in place for 4 seconds. I like it. I like it. Kind of boring. I don't know how I feel about it really, but I mean, it's going to take not a while to stun a target, but Probably too long. You know, you probably don't want it to be that long. I could see that, though, being used in PvP. Paralytic Poison's probably pretty cool for that. I don't know. I'd have to actually use it and see the best situations for it. And what's cool is right-click to remove the talent, and you can just do it right from here. You don't need anything. You can do it right from your interface. No longer do you have to go to the class trainer to respec. You can just do it here. Dirty Tricks. Passive. Your Gouge and Blind no longer have an energy cost and no longer break from damage dealt by your poison and bleed effects. I like it. I like that. Anything passive is cool. However, I want something big. I want a big cooldown, and we just didn't get it yet. Besides, you know, the preparation 5-minute cooldown is ridiculous. Alright. Bum-ba-da-dum-bum-bum. Let's move on to level 90 talents. I'm sure you're excited for this. Let's start with Anticipation. Passive. Level 90 talents, guys. These should be fun. These should be big. I will show you the next one. I'll show you a class that has big level 90 because, honestly, I'm not really feeling it too much from these guys. Well, whatever. When one of your attacks generates a combo point on a target that already has 5 combo points, you gain an Anticipation charge, up to a maximum of 5. When you perform an offensive finishing move on an enemy, any Anticipation charges are consumed to grant you an equal number of combo points on that target. Not bad. Not bad. Boring, I think. Kind of boring. Versatility. Your redirect ability now has no cooldown. Really? Really? Seriously, though. That's a level 90 talent, guys. That's boring. I don't know about you. I know. Leave a comment in the section below telling me what you guys think of versatility right now, because I don't get it. I don't get it. These guys are level 90. Level 90 top tier talents is versatility. Your redirect ability now has no cooldown. No cooldown. That's stupid. I hate that. I want to know what you guys think of it. For me, that's just not... I don't know. That's boring. Super boring. Alright, let's look at Shurikendas. A ranged attack that deals 4,865 physical damage to an enemy target. Awards 1 combo point. There's no cooldown. There's no cooldown, and there's a 30-yard range. Not exactly sure how I feel about it, to be honest with you. I mean, it's cool. We get a range. We get a range attack, but how often, as a rogue, do you find yourself really needing that? I guess it's cool, like, as you're running up to the enemy, but honestly, with everything else, all the other talents, you should already be at that enemy well before any other melee class ever. You should just be there. That should just happen. So I don't fully understand what they plan on doing with that, giving you that who cares, you know? So yeah, that's a quick little talent overview of the rogue class. Honestly, any class, whether it be combat, subtlety, or assassination, can pick any of these talents. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? It's up for debate. We can look at some glyphs a little bit. This is just whatever came on the pre-made. I have no access to... Oh, wow, I'm just kidding, I knew that. Let's see. Ambush increases your range of ambush by 5 yards. Your attacks have a 30% higher chance of applying non-lethal poisons while Blade Fury is activate. That's pretty cool. Your blind ability also removes all damage. Increases the duration of your cheap shot by 1 second. Your Cloak of Shadows is active. You take 40% less physical damage. Increases the chance to apply crippling poison to your target by an additional 20%. When you land a killing blow on an opponent that yields experience or honor, your Slice and Dice and Recuperate abilities are refreshed to their original duration. That's pretty cool. Your Eviscerate and Venom abilities also reduce the target's movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. Evasion increases the duration of evasion by 5 seconds. Your Exposed Armor ability causes 3 applications of weakened armor. Increases duration of feint by 2. Increases duration of your gouge. Gouge ability no longer requires that the target be facing you. Kick increases the cooldown of your kick by 6 seconds, but this cooldown is reduced by 6 seconds when your kick successfully interrupts a spell. I like that. That's kind of cool. You 2 seconds off. Cool. Recuperate. Increases the healing of your recuperate ability by an additional... I love that. It's not really that much, but hey, when you have, 200,000 health, that 0.5% could be awesome. Sap increases the duration of sap against non-player targets by 80 seconds. I like that too. Although I don't think you'll need it with the amount of DPS people will be doing. I just don't. Shadow Walk increases... your Shadow Walk ability also increases your stealth detection. Who cares? Shiv reduces the cooldown of your Shiv. Your Sinister Strike deals 25% more damage. Who cares? More damage. Increases duration of Smoke Bomb. 30% to Sprint. Cooldown on Vanish. Increases the duration of your Vanish effect by 2 seconds. That's cool. Stealth, 4 seconds. Vendetta is an assassination only. Reduces the damage bonus of your Vendetta ability by 5%, but increases duration by 10%. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but they took out Prime Glyphs. It's now just Major and Minor. 6 Glyphs total. And the Minor Glyphs they're supposed to do nothing. They're supposed to just be fun little things for you guys. So let's look. Enables you to walk on water while your sprint ability is active. That's cool. I like that. That's kind of neat. You can be a Jesus rogue. Decoy. When you vanish, you leave behind a brief illusion that very closely resembles you. I like that. I wish it did something different, though. Closely resembles you, except fatter or something, That'd be kind of funny. Teaches you the ability detection. Focus intently on trying to detect something. What? I like it. I like it. Disguise. When you pickpocket a humanoid enemy, you also copy their appearance for 5 minutes. Your disguise will unravel upon entering combat. Think of that. That is cool. I like that a lot. Disguise could do some awesome things. Oh, man, I like that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, especially if you're, like a different race, like a orc or something. You can look human or night elf or whatever. That might be cool. Distract. Increases the range of your distract ability. Boring. Subtlety only. Your hemorrhage ability only causes lingering damage over time to targets that were already afflicted by a bleed effect. What? I don't know. That doesn't make... Whatever. Killing Spree. Your Killing Spree returns you to your standing location when the effect ends. I like that. That's cool. You start Killing Spree out of the way of anything. You run in. You massacre some faces. You get the frick out of there. Yeah. I like that a lot. Reduces the cast time of your pick lock ability by 100%. Increases the range of your pickpocket ability by 5 yards. I like that. You apply poisons to your weapons 50% faster. These are all just quality of life things, guys. All just quality of life. Safe Fall. Increases the distance your Safe Fall ability allows you to fall without taking damage. I like that. Tricks of the Trade. Your Tricks of the Trade ability no longer cost energy, but also no longer increases the damage dealt by the target. Okay, what? Whatever. So yeah, there you go. There's your glyphs, your specializations, and your talents for the Rogue class in the brand new expansion, the beta anyways, of Mist of Pandaria. Look at the clouds. Look at that. Look at those clouds. Pretty nice clouds. And this, of course, is the Wayward Landing. I don't know if I said that. This is where the Alliance come into Pandaria. As you can see, there's some Horde ships in the background. That's all. I hope you liked the quick little overview of the talents. And, little opinion pieces that don't matter in the slightest. If you don't agree with me, I don't care. That's good. You shouldn't always agree with people. That's a terrible thing to do. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. If you like the video, make sure to like it, favorite it, comment it, subscribe it. If you subscribe, I promise there will be more Mist of Pandaria videos coming out, including when the game actually releases. I will be doing every single dungeon that comes out for you guys on the video. I will be doing that. Will I be doing that in beta? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, only because it's going to change so much upon release that I don't think it's worth your time or mine. And to be honest, the first week of an expansion, you should go into the dungeon and die. Who cares? Who cares? Not me. That's who. Again, thank you very much for joining us. Remember, never give up. never surrender.